After 2027, there will be no way back. Elon Musk said this in a podcast with Lex Fridman, a line that was later cut. When asked why, he fell silent for almost a minute.
Fuck, that's a scary minute.
Then he quietly said, shout out to Lex for letting him sit there with that, though. It's pretty heavy. Then he quietly said, it's not a catastrophe, it's a transition. The transcript left behind 3 themes that gave him away: autonomous intelligence, loss of meaning, and energy independence. It all sounded like a forecast, but now reads like a diagnosis of the era. The first sign is the collapse of attention. Musk said humanity will stop thinking in cycles. Planning for the future will shrink to the horizon of updates. That line hits me hard. People will stop building and start simply replacing. MIT research confirms a generation born after 2000 holds attention for about 8 seconds, less than a goldfish. I used to say that to Alessi, but he's gotten a lot better now. Musk called this cultural Alzheimer's. We're not losing memory, we're losing the ability to think. The second sign is artificial intelligence that no longer obeys. Musk says when a system starts correcting humans, that time of linear logic is over. Even now, algorithms decide who we date, what we buy, and what we think about. This isn't a machine uprising, it's dissolution into convenience. People won't notice the moment when choice becomes an option, not a right. The third sign is energy dependence. Musk explains civilization can no longer survive even a day without electricity. By 2027, here it is, in his view, the balance will shift. Energy will become currency and control over it will become power. From that moment on, everything non-autonomous will disappear. This isn't an apocalypse, it's a change of biological form. At the end, he said a line that didn't make it on air. Technology is stronger than us, but not smarter. As long as we have meaning, we are alive. Lose it and we become code. Then, after a pause, he added, we must learn to be human before systems learn to be gods. Are you ready for the transition or already living in a...
Thing to do with reading your brain. But of course it goes further. So in this one, they said, can they understand the inner monologue, the things you're saying to yourself in your own mind? Mind you, by the way, when you dream, like your visual cortex runs in reverse, so your dreams are no longer safe. But we'll try this. So they had people watch a video and just narrate what was going on in the video in their mind. So there's a woman, she gets hit in the back, she falls over. This is what the computer reconstructed the person thinking. See a girl, looks just like me, get hit in the back, and then she is knocked off. So our thoughts, are starting to be decoded. Yeah, just think about what this means for authoritarian states, for instance. Or if you want to generate images that maximally activate your pleasure sensor, anything else. Okay, but let's keep going, right? To really get the sense of the combinatorics of this. How about, can we go from Wi-Fi radio signals, sort of like the Wi-Fi routers in your house, they're bouncing off radio signals that work sort of like sonar. Can you go from that to where human beings are, to images? So what they did is they had, a camera looking at a space with people in it. That's sort of like coming in from one eye. The other eye is the radio signals, so sonar from the Wi-Fi router. And they just learned to predict, this is where the human beings are. Then they took away the camera. So all the AI had was the language of radio signals bouncing around a room. And this is what they're able to reconstruct. Real-time 3D pose estimation, right? So suddenly AI has turned every Wi-Fi router into a camera that can work in the dark, specially tuned for tracking living beings.
Tell us what DARPA is.
Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, where all the top secret research goes on. It's often referred to as mind control weapons, called V2K, that can pipe voices into someone's head as a non-lethal weapon that resonates the dopamine cells of your brain and it floods it.
Floods your brain with dopamine?
Yeah, dopamine dump. That incapacitates the adversary. And so if you're programming someone to go after, let's say, a political target, all you have to do is use voice morphing, pipe in the tortures, the pains, and 24 hours, you'll drive the person crazy and they'll want to kill and stop the pain. You play a 2-tape loop, your mother hates you, blah, blah, the brainwashing. So they were trying to wipe the brain clean so they could rebuild new memory. It was funded by the CIA. How could you disable a person, making them dysfunctional? That would be scrambling their brains, that'd be dopamine dump, affecting their nervous system so they drop on the ground. So it's a combination of psychological warfare as well as directed energy weapons, along with the voice of God weapons with voice morphing. It's the most complex weapon system we have put together ever as a species.
I think we'll hit AGI next year in 26.
Yeah. I mean, this is an important question to get
get thought through?
Yeah. Well, one like side recommendation I have is like, don't worry about like squirreling money away for retirement in like 10 or 20 years. It won't matter.
No. Either we're not going to be here, or
It just like it's you won't need to save for retirement. If any of the things that we've said are true,
Yeah.
saving for retirement will be irrelevant.
the services will be there to support you. You'll have the home, you'll have the healthcare, you'll have the entertainment.
The way this unfolds is fundamentally impossible to predict because of self-improvement of the AI and the accelerating timeline.
Yeah, it's called
Any
singularity
solution-
for a reason.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know what goes happen. What happens after the event horizon? You know?
Exactly. You can never see past the black hole or the event horizon, the light cone.
I mean, Ray has the singularity out way too far. I mean, this is like the next, what's your timeline for this?
We're in the singularity.
Well, we are in the singularity for sure.
Yeah.
We're in the
Yeah.
midst of it right now for sure.
Yeah.
And it would just
So we're
feels
in
flat.
this beautiful sweet spot, which is, the
We're on the roller coasters. We're just
yeah, exactly. That's a great analogy. It's just like that feeling
you're at
of
the top of the roller coaster and you're about to go.
yeah, but it's going to be a lot of G's when you
Yeah, a lot of
when you
Gs.
hit it.
Yeah.
It's like feel like I don't have to just have courtside seats. I'm on the court.
Exactly.
And it still blows my mind. Sometimes multiple times a week.
Yeah. Yep.
So just when I think I'm like, wow, and then it's like 2 days later, more wow.
Yeah. Exponential wow. I heard
Yeah.
you say that.
Yeah, I've said that for a while actually.
And then, and then you said by 2029, 2030, equivalent to the entire human race.
2030, we exceed. Like I'm confident by 2030, the AI will exceed the intelligence of all humans combined.
It doesn't financially make any sense to build the data centers that we're building.
But you're not saying that AI is going to disappear.
The technology itself is remarkable, but the financial model just makes no sense whatsoever at the moment.